Nice to see you, Emily. Thanks so much for taking a couple minutes to chat about your experience on X on the beach.
Absolutely. Thank you for talking to me about it.
Well, first of all, I want to kind of go back a little bit to Love Island because I want you to maybe put some pieces together here because you were on Love Island with Weston and everyone was like, oh, are they together? And this wasn't that long ago. And then all of a sudden now you and Emily, you guys met on Love Island. Is that right?
Yeah, Kyra and I met on Love Island. Yes.
Okay, you and Kyra. Right. And so when did you guys like have a spark there? Was it after you guys wrapped or was it towards the end?
We actually did have a spark on the show. Kyra expressed her interest in me and I expressed my interest back in her. However, at the time, I didn't realize that it was as serious as it was because to me, I just thought that she had a little crush on me. I had a little crush on her. And at the time I was looking for a real relationship, something that would work out in the outside world. And Weston was more laying it on thick and showing that he had a lot of interest in me. And so I ended up going with him and we finished the show. But it wasn't until after Weston and I broke up that Kyra and I, reconnected. When I saw the show, when I got to see the show back, I realized that she liked me a lot more than I thought she did because, when you're filming, you don't see the conversations that are going on behind your back. You only see what happens right in front of your face. So I think Kyra was a little guarded back then because I didn't realize she liked me as much as she did until I got to watch the show back. And at that time, I was already in a relationship with Weston. So when things with Weston and I didn't work out, that's when I started talking to Kyra again and we started traveling together and dating. And that's when I realized, okay, there's something real here.
Okay. That fills in a lot of blanks here but then you guys sort of parted ways. And I talked to Kyra like maybe a week or two ago, and she said there's a big communication gaps between the two of you. What would you say sort of led to you guys like going your separate ways?
I think that Kyra is more emotional than I am. She likes to get deep and serious and have all these serious conversations. And I'm more at a point in my life where I just want to have fun and I want to like experience all the fun lit things in life with somebody. And I think that's where we had a disconnect because she sees me as like a party girl that just wants to have fun. And at this point in her life, she wants to settle down with somebody. So that's kind of where we had a disconnect and why we ended up sort of breaking things off for a while because I'm not at the same place as she is emotionally. And I know that she wants something more serious and she wants something more than just having fun, which for me, like I'm at an age where I just want to have fun forever. So that's, I think, where we had a disconnect.
Okay. So would you say that when you guys parted ways, was it kind of contentious or would you say it was just sort of like, listen, we want different things. I wish you the best?
Well, honestly, there was never a real breakup. There was never like a conversation. It was just when we were together, it was super fiery, super fun. And then, I would go back to Dallas, she would go back to LA, and things would kind of just fizzle out until we saw each other again on the next trip. So there was never really an ending point, and that's why X on the Beach was so important for us because it was like, okay, we've never really broken up. We've never had anything bad happen between the two of us, but now is our chance to actually see if things could work in a relationship.
That's nice.
Hey, Ash, you mind?
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
No, that's nice then. Yeah. And when I talked to her, she was hoping you were going to be the X on the Beach too. She was really hoping to see you. And when the opportunity came about, did you have any reservations like, I don't want to do this on reality TV? Or were you like, this is the best place to do it?
I thought this is the best place to do it because, in the real world, whenever we went on trips together, it was like 2 days here or 3 days here. And I was like, okay, now is our chance to be together, not have the distractions of the outside world, not have our phones. It's really just one-on-one time to have nothing to do other than talk about the relationship, spend time together and see if things can actually work out.
Very cool. Okay. So when you got to the beach, I'm sure you were a little surprised with what was happening.
Oh yeah.
How soon were you like, wait a second, there's this guy, David? Like, how soon did you find out about that?
So I literally walked up on the beach. I saw Kyra. I was so excited. I was like, all right, this is our summer. Like, this is our summer together. I'm so excited. And literally as soon as I get there, Darren asked me like, what are your intentions? And I was like, well, I'm just here to focus on Kyra and I. And then we were talking, they're like, okay, well, where do you plan on sleeping? And I was like, well, I obviously plan on sleeping in bed with Kyra. And then she was like, okay, well, I have to tell you something. I've been seeing someone else here. We've been sharing a bed and we have been a little intimate with each other. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, I came into this like fully expecting it to just be her and I was not going to let any other distractions get in the way. Whereas in Love Island, I was like open to everything. I was flirting with everyone. I was talking to everyone. I was just seeing what the best options for me were. And coming into this, I was more reserved. And I was like, okay, this is my time to focus on Kyra and I. And I was a little disappointed to find out that she had already been sleeping in bed with somebody else. Especially knowing that before I showed up, she was talking about me and the possibility of me showing up on the island. She had a feeling that I was coming. So I was like a little disappointed that even then she still opened herself up to getting to know someone else, which is fair, I guess, but definitely it was a little upsetting for me.
Yeah. And then so you get there and you're meeting everybody, you're meeting David. What kind of relationship did you have with him?
So I was not expecting David to be what he was or to look like what he looked like. Like when I found out Kyra was talking to someone else, I was like, no problem. Like I can get rid of this guy so easy. And then when I got to the villa and I was meeting the rest of the cast, I was like, okay, I was like looking around before everyone introduced themselves. And I was like, I saw David and I was like, okay, he's hot. Like maybe I'll talk to him. And then everyone started introducing themselves and he's like, I'm David. And I was like, oh, this is my competition. I was like, oh no, this is not good because he's hot, he's tall, he's muscular, he's tan, like he's all the things, And also him being bisexual, I knew that would make things even harder for me because Kyra is very attracted to that fluidity. And that's one of the reasons why her and I clicked so well. So then when I found out he was also fluid, I was like, oh no, this is going to be so much competition for me. I can already tell. But at the same time, I was attracted to him. And I'm very open to, thruples, dating in more than just two people. So I was like, who knows? Maybe I can get this to be me, David, and Kyra, but we'll have to see where they stand with that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I know that there's some decisions need to be made or are made. What can you tease about what we're going to find out with your journey without obviously giving it away?
So I'm a very fiery person and I do not back down easily. I will fight until there's one man standing, one man, one woman standing. And this season is going to be full of drama because I am coming into the island knowing that the girl that I'm trying to win over is already seeing somebody else. And I love a good fight and I love drama. So I'm definitely bringing the heat this season. I'm definitely not going to step down easily. And I'm going to give David a run for his money unless he decides to be on my side. So yeah.
That is a wrench. Yeah. Was there, I know you said David was hot. Was there anybody else you were like, well, maybe I should start talking to this person too?
Well, when I was meeting everyone, I did notice that Elias was like eyeing me down and he was literally like licking his lips and like he was like super into me. And like I love an aggressive partner. I love someone who just puts it all out there so there's no guessing games. And right away, like the whole cast made it very obvious that Elias was interested in me. However, I thought that his ex-wife, Renine, was pretty hot too. So I was like, I have a lot of things going on here, but my first priority is to see where I stand with Kyra. Because at the end of the day, the whole cast is attractive, but I don't want to spend time getting to know anybody else on anything more than a friendship basis until I see where things are with Kyra and I.
Yeah. Did you find that the dynamic that they had on X on the Beach helped or maybe hurt the communication you wanted to have? Like, the table of truth, like there's all these different components. How did that work into you getting what you needed from Kyra, would you say?
Honestly, the Table of Truth and those types of events did kind of really show where Kyra stood with me. The first episode that I came in, we did have the prom Table of Truth, and Kyra and like David was being elected for all the good things, and I was like, or being voted for all of the great things, and I was just sitting there like, okay, like clearly everyone loves David. And then, I won the best abs, and that was the only thing that I won. And instead of being happy for me, Kyra was like, oh, I would have voted for David for that. Or like, I voted for David for that. And I was like, are you serious right now? Like, that is like a big thing for me, because it kind of just shows whose side she's really on, and that she might not fully be on my side, which I was not expecting. And it's not going to be easy for me to get used to if that dynamic continues in the house.
Okay. Now that the experience is behind you, did it end how you thought it might or hoped, or did you leave the house feeling shocked or your mind changed completely?
Well, my life is full of unexpected turns and turbulence. And honestly, every single thing that happens in my life, I take as a learning experience, and I view it positively. So, there's a lot of things that were unexpected that did happen throughout the season. But at the end of the day, the whole thing was an amazing experience for me. And I am happy. I'm living my best life, and everything happens for a reason. So even though there was a lot of twists and turns in the season, I am always happy with the way that things turned out.
Okay. So we're going to find out if you and Emily are together.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to know. All right. Well, very cool. What a great show. What a fun show. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, especially now that I know that David is kind of in the mix here too. So.
Oh yeah, David really gets himself in there.
He does. He really does. All right, Emily. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I truly appreciate it. Absolutely. And I am really looking forward to seeing how this works out.
Me too.
All right. Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye.